obviously how I came across you was you replying to that tweet, to Clint's tweet. And I remember when we were off camera before we started recording, you mentioned, oh, I didn't really know if I should do it or whatnot. But you did it.
Yeah.
Coupling that mentality or that answer to you talking about how working with the new materials and trying new things isn't daunting, it makes me feel like you're proper brave. That's something that maybe you don't think yourself, but really. I've gauged that. Do you know what I'm saying? So my question is, okay, you don't necessarily think you're brave, but do you think it's important for designers to put themselves out there and experiment with new stuff? And if that's the case, why do you think you've just been able to do that without even acknowledging that what you're doing is brave in a sense? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I don't know. It doesn't feel brave to me because I feel like you just have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose ever. Like, what? Maybe people aren't gonna like it, or maybe the sample will be bad. But as long as you have this mentality that you're still going in the right way, well, you could completely mess up. But now that you've done that mistake, you're not gonna do it again. So you're moving in the right direction. And so I say back then that was the thing for me. And now it's just like I feel like the people I surround myself with. So like, cool. Jace has a brand. And
what's his brand? Shout out.
No Time for Tears. Hardest in the game.
Up.
Hardest in the game. To me, he is the definition of brave. As his thing pushes boundaries 10 times harder than mine. Like, so when you're around people like that, obviously he doesn't feel anything to you. Like, because he's given something that no one in the UK is, or not even in the world, is trying to push right now. So like being surrounded by people that are doing things that are quote unquote, how do I word it? Brave, or like not usual.
Not the norm.
Yeah, it makes it so much easier because to us, this is the norm. This is how we move in.
Yeah. Do you know what, Jace? I kind of sorry, how can I say Jace? Do you know what, Kobbi? I kind of fixate on things like that because I've said this a lot of times on the podcast and that. Like when I was growing up, especially, like, okay, it wasn't that long ago, but bro, we weren't encouraged, and I'm not saying you lot are, but we weren't encouraged to try different things. Like everybody I was around just wanted to kind of fall into the norm, and there's nothing wrong with that. Whereas part of the reason why I wanted you on the podcast, and I kind of said this at the beginning, was the fact that I feel like you, man, you're just like, you just do whatever you want, bro. Yeah. And I like that. Yeah. Like, to you guys, you don't really think it's a thing, but to me, who's been on the other end of it, where I felt like I've had to just be the type of person that people expect me to be or whatever, I rate it so highly. Like, what is it about you and your generation that just makes you so willing to just be alt, if you want to call it that?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's one of them ones when you're inside it, you can't understand why. But I don't even know if it's my generation, because slowly what's happening is alt is becoming norm. So then everyone is now fitting into alt, which is norm. That's mainstream.
Sorry to cut you there, Kobbi, but do you know the comedian Drewski?
Yeah.
Have you seen his post when he done the misunderstood thing?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what you're alluding to, how everyone tries to kind of be like that.
Bro, Carti's mainstream now. And Carti is, especially what he's on right now, is not quote unquote normal. So now it's differentiating... like, not even like I'm trying to be like the one who's officiated like Hannah, because I don't. But like some people are just being themselves, and then some people are copying the people being them. Not copying the people, but not, how do I word it? Just following, not being themselves on the account of following someone else. I don't know how to word it.
It's hard to articulate, but I know exactly
you get what I'm
mean.
saying, isn't
it?
So like, exactly they're not being themselves, they're being different, and it's technically alt, but it's not because they want to. It's because that is slowly becoming a new mainstream. But like, again, to me, like, I always let people do what they want to do, and like, who am I to judge them? Just a guy.
Thank you for watching another episode of Where's My Podcast. If you ever want to take in future episodes on the go, you can find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Whilst you're there, please leave us a 5-star review. It would really help. And also, don't forget to follow us on our Instagram, WMTV_LDN, to keep up to date with the latest goings on in UK fashion. Keep it locked.